Start over again. Well, hi everybody. I'm back. My guide Rennick told me to wait till after midnight to do this reading tonight. Um, I'm being told from somewhere, I'm pretty sure it's from Rennick and the rest of my angels and guides, that there's going to be a big energy shift. And it's supposed to be like pyramidal energy. I'm going to use these because I was told by another reader that it cleanses the cards good. I usually use incense and a little bit of everything else, crystals, candles, but I've never tried the bells over the cards, so I'm going to try the bells to cleanse them tonight. And I feel like you're going to need a lot of cleansing tonight. I wanted to talk to people about to me, it's how sad everything is with what they're doing to the migrants at the border. The refugees at the border. They're refugees is what they are. They're not migrant workers. They're refugees. They're fleeing horrific circumstances and getting wrapped up in a more horrific one here in our United States. I just can't believe that and I'm going to say supposedly, and I'm not going to go any further than that to be a smartass, but I can't believe that the supposedly moral right, religious, could be behind this monster at this time. And he is doing monstrous things, just with American flag flying over the top and doing things that Hitler did when he first started. And it's very scary, but it's going to get better. There's going to be an energy shift. In fact, I was even told to open up a bottle of champagne tonight and have a small glass before I started this reading, that it was time to celebrate. So why are my guides telling me it's time to celebrate? I don't know, but let's hope that they're right. I think probably part of this is this Epstein thing coming out, because I don't think they're going to be able to block it. They may try to block I'm sure Barr's going to try to block a lot of that information, because I think his family, starting with his dad and then him maybe not participating but knowing about it, has been going on for ages. And I heard rumors that maybe with his airplanes and stuff, that maybe he was smuggling arms and had something to do with Iran-Contra, and you know that Barr was right in the middle of that. So maybe that's not where it's coming from, but from his early years and from what his father was into, with Epstein, I would say that he's probably, if he hasn't participated, he's known for years that there was some really bad stuff going on here. And I'm sure he recused himself right off the bat like that, thinking, well, I'm going to get out of there and escape that. And then after Trump jumped him and said, you better get your ass back in there because I'm in hot water. And after Barr thought it over, he probably thought, well, I might be in hot water too. Who knows? But, you know, that's never been done before, where you recuse one day and then unrecuse the next day. It's just all such a phony setup. It's such a phony setup. It's got to be rectified. And I have enough faith in God to know it's going to be rectified. I was going to turn that music down before I started, and I forgot to. Just a minute, I'm going to take just a little break, and then I'm going to come back without the the music in the background. I didn't realize it was still on. So I kind of got stopped there for a minute. Let me pick these up and shuffle them for a minute. So I feel like something's just going to break wide open this next week. Even more so than it did last week. This next week's going to be a wide open break. I can feel the animosity coming from the White House right now. I don't know why, but I can feel it. Actually feel it. I don't know especially why, but I feel like Trump is just totally angry, just seethingly angry, and I don't like to pick up on his energy, but you know, it's really hard not to when they're throwing this stuff at you 24/7. And even if you want to get out of his energy, if you're at least a little bit interested in current events, you cannot get out of this man's energy. And it's all sick energy. It's all horrible, putting people down energy, and even when he's being nice, you can tell he's just lying through his teeth. It's a whatever. You can tell it's just not sincere. And of course we know that because he'll say something nice about somebody, and then the minute that they don't say something perfect about him, he'll turn around and call them everything but a devil. You know, this man, very, very sick man. But anyway, I'm going to shuffle through these, and I'm going to ask everybody to say a little prayer. Say a prayer for anybody you don't agree with. Instead of judging them, just hold them up in God's power. It's just so hard for me to realize that people that claim to be Christian are into this horrible, horrible stuff going on at our borders with our flags and our money going into it. It's so sad. And yet, I'm sure it's the media they're watching. I'm sure they don't have a clue what's really going on, because they're only watching one source of news, and that source of news is just full of victim blaming and fear. And the horrible thing about it is what we all should be fearful of is like an oligarchy that's, no, I said that wrong, but you know what I meant, that's actually running this country at the time because of all the big corporate money in our politics. That's what's holding the little man down. It has nothing to do with immigrants. It has nothing to do with people fleeing wars and trying to come over here as refugees. That's not. The only thing that's holding people's wages down and holding them down is because there's so much money in our politics that it's all for the big people and not for the little people. And the only way to get this back to where it should be is to get the money out of politics. And I'm not trying to push my agenda on anybody else, but if any of you out there feel like I do about that, I would say go online to where justicedemocrats.com or watch TYT, and they'll tell you how to go in and check on it. But you can go in and check on the people that they're running, and they're trying to run them with no corporate money behind them. They're trying to get them elected with just people that are donating, and which will make them where they're a slave to no one. And that's what's got even the Democrats up in a huff, some of them, because they're so worried that these new Democrats that got in there without any corporate money might be making them where they're going to have to not do exactly what their donors want to do before this is all through. And maybe they won't get elected anymore because they've all been feeding at that trough forever on both sides. But anyway, I'm not going to go in there anymore. I've already talked too much. What I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to do a really quick reading. I'm going to do some 4 across. And we're going to do them on it might be in front of the camera, I don't know. We're going to do them on we're going to start, well, just what's going on this next week. First one across is going to be just what's going on this next week, because for some reason I was just told by that, even by the moon energy tonight. I took a walk after the sun went down and I was just told there's going to be some stuff happening. So let's see what's going to be happening. Let's see. Well, we got the addicted, mentally ill king on the bottom, so maybe it'll be something to do with him. Oh, broken heart. Whatever comes out, it's going to break some people's hearts, even more so than some of our hearts are already broken. They're still trying to throw up smoke and mirrors about what's going on. Like, don't believe your lying old eyes. Just believe me. I think there used to be a lot of Western songs about that. Who you going to believe, your lying old eyes or what I say? But anyway, so there's still smoke and mirrors coming out at the present. And the challenge to this is the 8 of Swords. I'm going to hold these up in case I'm not sure that that's being captured on that camera there. I'm hoping it is. So we have the 8 of Swords, which is women and children in bondage. I think this is more stuff about the Espine stuff. Espine? Am I saying that right? Shouldn't have had that half a glass of wine. I was even told to open up and have a little bit of champagne before I did this reading, so I've had about a half a glass of champagne. But I think this is something to do with Espine and women being in captivity. Even besides the women that are in captivity at the border, I think they're going to find more women in captivity of some kind. Maybe it's only mental, who knows, but they're definitely and it looks like the Queen of Cups I'm wondering if this is the woman. She's been coming up for months. It's going to be the one that pulls the last finger out of the dike that makes it break. So anyway, when I pulled this card, it was upside down. But something's going on there. More information coming through from some woman. And the second 4 cards across here was Bill Barr involved in this? The 6 of Cups, nostalgia, yes. He may not be involved in it sexually. He may not have never even been close to any of these women. But he's known since he was a young man, a whole lot of information about Epstein. He's known it. And we got Temperance here. I don't think they're going to be able to hype this up enough. I think the truth is actually going to come out. I think it's actually going to come out. And it's going to come out on Bill Barr, too. And maybe somewhere, this may be the relationship between Bill Barr and Trump. It's the lovers, the Two of Cups, the partners in crime. Or it may be a relationship between Epstein and Bill Barr. They may have been... Barr may have been being blackmailed for a long time by him, something to do with his dad or something. And the last one out is the Five of Cups, which is the addicted king. Whether he's addicted to power, Adderall, or whatever, this is the, our young girls, this is the addicted king. Before this is over, no matter how much Barr tries to stop this information from coming out, and he's going to try to stop it, it's coming out. And I feel like this is Donald Trump, and I feel like he's going to be right in the middle of it. The next one across is on Alan Dershowitz. So let's see how far he was into this. You know, he's the one that's been on Fox News screaming that the emperor has clothes on when we know the emperor has no clothes, and he's been screaming that out on there for about a year and a half. So let's see how deep he was. Oh, wow. We got the hangman for Dershowitz. He's, I bet they got pictures on him. I bet something's going on. Let's see what comes up next for him. We have the Nine of Coins. This is cover up. There was a lot of money paid to either cover up the fact that he was in there, or he did a lot of work to keep from getting blackmailed, supposedly, and get this out in the open. This is cover up and money involved. And then we got the Queen of Swords. I don't know if he's married or not. I don't have a clue. I never thought about even checking it before I did this, but he's in really hot water with some woman over this. Really hot water. And before it's all over, he won't be giving any interviews. He's going to be a recluse. If he doesn't end up in jail, he's going to be just a recluse. He'll be laying low the rest of his life. And the next row across the bottom, we got to do one on Trump. We can't not do one on Trump. And I'm not even changing cards. I'm going with the same deck. Well, first card out's the death card. And this is like the week coming up we were looking at. What is coming out? I really think there's something coming out. Something big. We got the Queen of Wands here, which is usually Mother Russia or Rebecca Mercer. And I heard the Mercers aren't going to back him anymore, although they may be jumping in the same boat too, because anybody with really super big money, I feel like is going to get caught up in this Epstein. I can't say his name right, but you know who I'm talking about. Is it Roger Epstein? Get caught up in him before it's through. That's what's going on in the present. Somebody's thinking about coming out with even more information and dumping it. Or threatening them not to dump it. But whatever, this is Trump, and this is going to be... He'll be almost in a sick bed this week if he's not having some kind of stroke. And the next one is the Eight of Wands. And usually this is indictments and subpoenas coming towards somebody. Let's hope they're coming through Trump from the Southern District of New York. And let's hope it's some of this. They've already been working on this Espine stuff. I'm not saying that right. Shouldn't have had that glass of champagne. But let's hope that that's what's coming toward him and out. And it's coming out this next week. And the last card out is the Four of Wands. I'm hoping this means family righteousness. This is usually a family gathering card. I notice there is people dancing here in the background. Let's hope that that's what this means. That it's going to bring some people feeling better, feeling like this horrible nightmare is getting closer to a close. So, I'm going to draw one clarifier card on this last card. I know it just looks like family celebrating, but I dropped one on the floor, obviously. I'm not going to get down there. Oh, the Lovers. Okay. And these are on top of Trump's cards down here. I don't know why, but I don't like this card. This card on top of this family card, I hope they don't find I don't even want to say it. But this last row down here was Trump, and this is, I hope they don't find pictures of him that are so overwhelming, which I should wish that's what they do, but I hope not. I hope it's not what I think it is, and I'm not even going to say what I think it is. We got Speranza, the Queen of the Sea, coming out of here, and just I feel like bringing truth to power. I think that's what's going to be going on. I think this whole next week there are just going to be different truths coming out. And let's hope there is truth coming out, because we want truth coming out. And I guess I'll probably more than likely put this up. I was going to go down the rails here. So if we do it the other way, we got what's going on this week. Broken hearts. People feeling bad about decisions they made years ago. Feeling like the Hanged Man. And death. Which can be new beginnings. And then we got Bill Barr trying to throw up a smoke screen. We've got him saying, oh, everybody calm down, calm down. You're not seeing what you're really seeing. Then I feel like it's going to come out some kind of money or graft that Bill Barr has taken. And it's going to be from Russia. It's either going to be from Russia or the Mercers or something. But there's going to, when they finally found out where this graft is coming from. And then the third one's going to be Alan Dershowitz. Women. He's more involved with Epstein and what's been going on. I think he's been there to visit, or something's gone on there. Something to do with women being kept in bondage. A deal that was made many, many years ago to protect Epstein because of this, because they've got pictures of him. his wife is going to be very, very unhappy about this, or somebody, his mother, I don't think his mother would still be alive, but some woman in his life is going to be very disappointed in him. And it looks like there might be some warrants coming his way, or subpoenas, something, at least subpoenas. And that's for Dershowitz. And the last one across is going to be for Donald Trump. We start out with a lady that's going to finally let go. She maybe not quite all the information this week coming up, but sometime in the near future, this information's coming out from the Queen of Cups here that we've been waiting for. And it's about the sick, delusional king. And before it's all over, he's going to either be living in the woods or somewhere just trying to stay out of view of everybody, or be in jail. And it's going to end up making the people very, very happy. And this whole scandal's, I hate to say, but it's going to be sexual. But it's like the truth coming up from the deep. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I enjoyed doing it, and I hope I love your comments, and thank you all for watching. And if anybody would like a personal reading, you can get a hold of me at lynntarotreadings@gmail.com. Just mail me, and I'll get back with you with the information, and we'll set up a private reading. And I love to do private readings. I was blessed enough to do one yesterday, and it was just so much fun. So much fun. It was with a lady that's actually living in Guatemala. She's from the United States, but it was just a fascinating lady and a fascinating time. And I just want to thank you all so much. Bye-bye now.